Sports Blitz Live is on the air with full coverage of the Auburn Tigers,
Touchdown Auburn!
the Alabama Crimson Tide,
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama. Touchdown run.
and everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sports Blitz Live.
Hello again, everyone, and
Echo. There we go.
good Tuesday evening. Welcome into this, the latest edition of Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham alongside Luke Robinson. We'll be with you for the next couple of hours or close to it. And
Don't take the over.
we got a lot to talk about as always. We got college football playoff we're talking about. We got SEC basketball to talk about. The SEC season has begun, and boy, it's going to be a nightmare. There are so many really good teams. There are a lot of good teams in the SEC, but I'm going to tell you something, Luke. Auburn, Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, Kentucky, you probably can add in Mississippi State and Texas A&M, are really good.
You can occasionally put Ole Miss in there.
Yeah.
They've got some dudes. The only
Break up Vandy.
Vandy's pretty tight. We don't really know about Texas yet. We'll find out something more about them tonight. They play Auburn. South Carolina did go on the road and get waxed by 35, but I just told Andy off there, wouldn't shock me at all if they beat Alabama tomorrow night. Life on the road is going to be so hard. I was watching some of this Tennessee-Florida game before I came in, and Tennessee just couldn't throw it in the ocean. And that's just going to be the way it is. I think all the home away games are going to be pretty rowdy. And the O'Connell Center in Florida was lit, and the fans were really into it and giving Tennessee a lot of heck.
Did I just dream that Florida's coach was being
you didn't dream it
by like 7 or 8 women of being stalked?
No, you didn't
I have
dream
not
it.
heard a peep about that.
You didn't dream it.
Okay.
I think that it sounds like it has disappeared into the ether,
Yeah.
which sometimes these stories do.
And
And
you don't
I-
often hear about a stalking story.
Agreed.
Going. I mean, multiple.
I mean, it's bizarre because I think that it helped him that Florida wasn't like super good last year. They were okay. I don't even remember if they made the tournament last year, did they?
I thought they were pretty good last year.
They weren't bad, but I'm saying they weren't like a favorite to win. They weren't Florida
no,
of
no.
old.
Yeah, no.
They certainly weren't Florida this year. And what I'm saying was they were just good enough to be relevant, but not good enough to be front page. And I think that seems like that just went away. I haven't heard about a resolution. I haven't heard about anything coming to a head about it. I haven't heard anything. So it just disappeared. And it's interesting because now give him credit, his team is playing very, very well.
I guess it's possible that this was a shakedown.
It is
Bye.
possible.
7 or 8 or 10
God, I have so much say.
co-eds.
I have so much say.
Luke.
I know. I have so much say when it comes to NIL and stuff later on about all that. But anyway, Florida's pretty good.
I just want to make sure because I
You didn't dream it.
literally thought like this weekend I was thinking, did I
No.
make that up?
Not dream.
Did I dream that?
Not dreamt.
It was an odd dream.
Was
But
not,
anyway.
it'd be a very strange
It is.
dream. Yeah.
Anyway, we got NFL playoffs as well. We do a little bit of everything on this show. And
As long as it's football or basketball.
this is true. As long as it's dumb humor and it's basketball and football. But anyway, we appreciate all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by JR's Sports Bar and Grill. Wonderful place to have lunch or dinner right here in downtown Alexander City. Lovely, quaint Alexander City. Great food, great people, great atmosphere there at JR's Sports Bar and Grill. Kind of an institution here. I celebrated, 25 years?
Long time, man.
Long time there. And there's a reason they've been there because they have the pictures. Okay, Luke. Let's just we hadn't been.
Were you saying that in a blackmail way?
Yes, that was the joke.
I know it did.
Dumb humor.
I know that was, but I mean, it's actually quite smart. But also, why do you want to say that? It actually works.
All right.
I like it. I'm the one that usually says that kind of joke on here.
That's true.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, you're rubbing off on me. Okay, this is our first show of the year.
It is. It's the first show in about a month.
God, it's been like a year.
Well, I mean,
since
we
we've done this show.
had when Christmas and New Year's are on Wednesdays, it throws everything into chaos.
This is true. And that needs to happen every year.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. But we haven't had a chance to. A lot has certainly happened.
A lot has happened.
And where do you want to go first?
I don't know. I mean, would you like to vent about the Alabama-Michigan game again? Because that seems to draw in viewers.
Well, I told Andy, I'm the host, one of the hosts of Locked On Bama, and that podcast, right after we did a podcast right before the Bama-Michigan game, sort of previewing it and giving our thoughts, and then we did one right after the game, and the one right after got about 2.5 times our normal views because people love to hate watch. And people also, I think they're also fans of Alabama who like to watch just to vent or because they feel like they're contributing when you do that. It's almost like paying a penance. And that game was awful. That game was a tough watch. There was so much symbolism in that game. At the very first, Alabama gets the ball, and then the clouds just dump down rain on Alabama.
I was thinking this is like Auburn-Penn State from
it was going to be a slot fest.
1995.
But it only did that for the first few times Alabama had the ball. It led to an interception and a fumble and some slippage that cost some other downs. And then Michigan finally gets the ball, and it's like the clouds part, the sun comes out. And I was like, this is something. But that game was also very symbolic of Jalen Milroe's entire career.
Yeah.
He looked good for a minute, and then you don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the rain was the cause of that interception. That was just a bad.
It was so bad.
Bad pass.
It was so bad, and he had, it was Oklahoma Jalen, and again, I've been on this show and every show that I do, and saying that I love Jalen Milroe.
A lot of them.
Yeah, but saying I love Jalen Milroe. He's a great ambassador for Alabama. The first comment I got on Locked On Bama after the game was, don't come on here and tell me what a great ambassador he is because he's not a good quarterback, and I don't want to hear it. And I said, I'm not going to tell you that today because, I just think it's time for Jalen. He declared for the NFL draft. I think this is a win-win situation.
He's not an NFL quarterback, is he?
That's the hilarious part. I mean, I use the term hilarious very weirdly here because in mock drafts, I've seen him go as high as number 7 overall.
I'm not saying he won't get drafted.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. You're saying. Well, that's in the same way Anthony Richardson for the Colts, and Milroe's stats are much better than Anthony Richardson's, and I would be willing to bet if they raced, Milroe would, at the very least, tie him. And Milroe's bigger and he's stronger.
But he's not Jalen Hurts.
He's not. Jalen Hurts is smooth, Now, and Jalen Hurts is deceptively fast.
I'll say, I didn't think Jalen Hurts was an NFL quarterback. But he surprised me.
He currently is, obviously. But you feel like there's some games where they're beginning to figure him out a little. Whereas, you couldn't figure Peyton Manning out. I mean,
oh no,
Peyton Manning would just dissect your team. I mean, you could do whatever you wanted to. Typically, he's going to win. Same thing with Tom Brady, right? But you can figure out some of these quarterbacks, like Lamar Jackson hasn't won a Super Bowl yet, even though it feels like a lot of times he's the best quarterback in the league.
Have they even made an AFC?
I think they've made. Have they made a championship game? I think they have. Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
And I'm pulling for Baltimore this year because I want Derrick Henry to get one. But Patrick Mahomes, you can't really figure Mahomes out. Even though their offense has slowed down, they just keep winning. They didn't win against Bo Nix this past weekend in Denver because
he didn't play.
They played nobody. But Jalen Milroe is going to go down as the most.
Doesn't that go to show you, though, I don't know. There's something about the NFL. I don't know what I don't know what the proper thing to say is, but when you've got an NFL team at playing they're not mediocre. They're a little better than mediocre. They're a good NFL team playing with their starters versus an NFL team that doesn't play with their starting quarterback or their, a lot of their main guys. They get beat 38-0.
It's crazy.
I mean, if you put 5 or 6 guys on that team, it's a completely different game.
It is true. Now, I'll also say this. I'd be willing to bet.
Say? What am I trying to say? It's just that.
Well, number one thing you're probably trying to say is you don't want college football to become that. That's one thing that I told you I was worried about a long time ago is I don't want the people to go in the Iron Bowl saying I'm going to rest my starters.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we're headed in this direction. You can see it coming from a mile away. The expansionists already don't have enough. We got to expand it more, even though we saw there were really only about 4, maybe 5 teams that could win the national championship this year. And it's just we're not satisfied enough until we NFL this thing, and when we come back, I will rant on that.
Yeah. Go ahead and take our first break, but don't go anywhere. Just getting started, and welcome in to the new year, 2025.
Did your voice just crack?
It did.
Welcome, teenager.
It's time to rearrange. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Sportz Auto Sales, Highway 280 in Kellyton, Alabama, is home-owned and home-operated. If you're looking for tires, they have it. If you're looking for a vehicle, they have them. Great selection. Always out looking for more just for you, the customer. And if you're looking for service, whether you buy the vehicle from them or whether you buy the vehicle somewhere else, they do service work and got a great crew there. Keep us in mind. Why don't you go by Sportz Auto Sales on Highway 280 in Kellyton today.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout Central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
I'm Karen Chanel, your State Farm agent in Alexander City, Alabama, and the greater Lake Martin area. I want to talk to you a little bit today about your discounts. How many of you are entitled to discounts that you may or may not be receiving? One of the easiest discounts on your homeowner's insurance is that of having a fire extinguisher. Coupled with a deadbolt lock and a smoke alarm, that gives you an automatic discount on your homeowner's policy.
Located in the heart of Alabama, Lake Martin is a destination of tasty delights.
Lots of butter.
There's no shortage of culinary genius.
Don't tell my secrets.
From mom and pops
Everyone feels like family.
to lakeside dining.
We serve food, but we try to do it with purpose.
Pour it straight in the ear.
I'm Trey Foshi,
I'm a chef now.
and I'm going to try them all.
Dude, I can do this all day.
Because there's one thing locals around here know. Lake Martin's got bite.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you again, just getting started on tonight's show. Again, Happy New Year to all of you out there. You can stay that through January, right? Happy New Year.
Is there like
a rule?
I think there's a rule. I don't know.
I think there's a rule.
Sure, okay.
But anyway, been a while. We'll kind of discuss the college football playoff, and maybe what's good about it, what's not good about it. How can we maybe see that it can be improved upon? I know you have a lot of input about that, a lot of ideas about that.
I'm just worried.
But you wanted to say
I want to
something.
rant because I'm telling you, this thing is look, first of all, you can see what the NIL is doing. And again.
Can I say this before you start? We all thought that maybe that, and you said many times that the season, and this was one time, but it did not seem to affect the regular season, the playoff. The regular season, you had games all the way up to the end that were very, some of that last weekend was really exciting. There were a lot of close games. It seemed like the conference championship games, very hard fought, very entertaining, far more entertaining than the playoff. Than the first couple of rounds of the playoffs. So those things did not get affected this year.
No,
again, everyone's going to be different.
That's the first thing. First of all, it's this year. Secondly, nobody. We got those exciting games. Shoot, Alabama, Auburn, last two times in Jordan-Hare when it went nothing for Auburn and a lot for Alabama. Those two of the best games you can ever watch. And I know not for Auburn fans may not agree, but I'm saying they
were great games.
They were great games
up until the last gut-wrenching moment.
And so the great games are going to happen. But you look around at all the NIL stuff, and the first fallacy that I throw out there, I keep hearing people saying, "Well, this has just leveled the playing field." Oh, it has. Because, excuse me, but are the Final Four not Penn State, Notre Dame, Texas, and Ohio State? 4 of probably the top 7 brands in all of college football?
Those are blue bloods.
Those are blue bloods, right? So, excuse me, while the playing field is not leveled, okay? And you can say, well, SMU got in there, or Clemson, and they got their doors blown off. Because they don't – it's apples and oranges in a lot of cases. Now what we're going to do is expand in a couple of years. The other thing that we did that is so dumb, and I hope to goodness they correct it, even though I don't know the group of 5 will let them, the seeding methodology is so bad that has to be changed. There's nobody outside of Boise, Idaho, who thinks Boise State should have gotten a number 3 seed. Nobody. That you can't possibly believe that. You can't believe Arizona State should have been a 4 seed. It makes no sense. I know they gave Texas a fight, but they should not have been in that particular posture. Those things are, again, I don't care so much that Alabama got left out, or Ole Miss, or South Carolina, BYU, Miami. But I will say I think they sent a message about strength of schedule not mattering, which is scary to me because I want to have those good games throughout the season. And I think we should. And then people say, well, the regular season did matter the same. I would also argue that, well, Alabama still had an argument to get in, even though they lost 24-3 to Oklahoma. In years past, that wouldn't even be a discussion. You wouldn't even get a sniff. And frankly, Alabama didn't deserve to be playing for a national championship. I admitted that wholeheartedly. All I said was, if we're going to let undeserving teams in, I hope they think my team is the most deserving of the undeserving. That's what I was saying.
I will grant you that the winning your conference championship and getting a bye, that doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
That's why I want it to go to 16, because I don't want anybody to get a week off. I want everybody to play the first week. I just want 2 rounds of home and
that's the other thing is that
home field advantage.
As somebody who went to the Peach Bowl, I can tell you right now, there wasn't anybody at the Peach Bowl.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I'm going to say it was 60% full, maybe.
Really?
I mean, I was there. I took a video right before kick.
Again, we're getting to. I mean, I
just
paid $48 for 2 salads. Okay.
Yeah.
It's expensive. You got to choose. You got to pick and choose. And if you're Ohio State, you're thinking we're going to win it all, or you're one of these other teams that are saying, look, I'm not going to travel there the first round. I'm going to wait and save my money and go to this.
And what if Ohio State had to travel to Tennessee first? You'd be traveling to Tennessee, going to the Rose Bowl, going to Dallas, then going to Georgia.
But that's why you get a home game.
Now,
your fans
you could say it'll still be that way if you go to 16 and you're the 16 seed and you win the first one and then you win the second one. Yeah, you'll still be going on the road a lot. But my only argument to that is you deserve to. And I think when it gets to the semifinals, I think you'll see more people there. Like, I'm hoping we'll see more people. I mean, I think we'll see more people at the in Dallas because, number one, it's Ohio State against Texas. Texas has a natural advantage, and then Ohio State travels pretty well, and it's an easy hub to get to Dallas. And then the other semifinal game is in Miami. People love to go to Miami in the wintertime, and it's Notre Dame
Wish I was in Miami now.
Notre Dame and Penn State, both programs hungry for some success. Notre Dame hadn't won a championship since '88, and Penn State hadn't won one since, what was it, 94?
Yeah.
So, I think both of those will travel well. But if it were, let's say Boise State had won, and let's say Indiana had made it down there, and it's Indiana and Boise State, there'd be 9 people there. And I don't want that for the sport. But again, I went to the Peach Bowl, had a blast. I can talk about that all the time. I got a sweet ticket, SUITE, sweet ticket for $100. I got to sit in a suite for $100, and I had all the room I wanted to. And in fact, the suite next to me had nobody in it. They had shut the lights off. They locked the door because they were like, nobody sold any seats to it. So I just went over there to use their private bathroom if I needed to. I only had 10 people in my suite, and it seats about 25. But most of them were rowdy Texas fans, and so I was trying to just stay out of their way best I could because I just wanted to see the game.
You just want to go sit over in the
I just wanted to go sit. I wanted to sit by myself, really. That's really what it boiled down to. And on top of all this, now we have all this NIL stuff. And I'm not going to say a name or any teams, but I'll say this, that a moderate starter from a certain team was poached away by another team that is, both these are pretty big names. And the rumored number, and I feel very good about this. Again, this was not a bona fide. This isn't Cam Ward. This isn't Shadur Sanders. This is a guy who is pretty good, but he's certainly not an All-American, not even All-SEC or All-Big Ten or All-WAC.
What position are we talking about?
Defensive back. $800,000 is the number. And my thought was, how on earth? This is not, in the NFL, it makes sense. In college football, it makes 0 sense. Other thing I saw just before I came over here, all the players that made, I think it was the Sun Belt. I don't know if it's the Sun Belt or one of the smaller conferences. Every player who made all conference, every single one of them, first team all conference, either is out of eligibility or they're transferring. If they're young, if they're underclassmen, they're transferring. So I'm just telling you.
What did somebody sent me? I don't know. I guess you probably saw it too. It's VCU, the average basketball player at VCU is making $384,000.
Yeah, I did not send that to you, but that sounds about
VCU, Virginia Commonwealth. I mean, imagine what they're making in the SEC.
We've got to get our hands around this, and I feel like the sport's eroding right before our eyes, and it's the saddest thing I've ever seen. Not saying I don't still love football. I obviously love football still. I'll talk about it all day. But if you're out there and your love for it isn't waning a little bit, I think you're telling a fib.
I would agree 100%. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center provides optimum care for the whole person. Dr. Dimo Popov specializes in the prevention and diagnosis of high blood pressure, kidney disease, diabetes, and acute and chronic conditions. Our weight loss clinic offers lipo shots and a guide to healthy weight loss. Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center, where lifestyle changes are made.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need. With top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill. And our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Hi, I'm Abby Guy, Vice President at Riverbank & Trust. They say that most banks offer the same products, but Riverbank offers something most can't: personal connection. We love getting to know our customers by name and making them feel special with every interaction. It's a feeling of warm hospitality you won't find anywhere else. Experience it for yourself.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live.
Echo.
A little echo.
There we go.
Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. Andy and Luke here with you. Talking about the college football playoff. Talking about, the games that happen. Well, let's just talk about reality here. Texas and Ohio State, Penn State, and Notre Dame. Those are your final four teams. Regardless of how they got there, regardless of how it ended up, you could say, hey, no matter how it started out, no matter the road that they took, these are probably the four best teams, right?
Well, I'd say Oregon should be in there. Oregon really, of all the teams, it's ironic.
What happened there?
Well, Oregon got completely hosed in the seeding, 100%. Everybody else's seed not theirs.
Okay, but fine, but still,
every team that had a bye lost. That's weird. Now Georgia has an excuse. I think
every team that won their conference lost.
Yeah, Georgia has an excuse because they
lost their
quarterback. Ohio State, obviously that week off between the where they don't have to go to the championship game, Big Ten championship. Maybe they use that to help. And I think the loss to this is another reason that the expansion bothers me is because the loss to Michigan just didn't matter. Now you could go back and say, well, in 2017, Alabama lost to Auburn. True, but Auburn also could have made the playoffs had they beaten Georgia and kept Georgia out of it, by the way. And Alabama only had that one loss. You know what I'm saying? That was it. That was Ohio State's second loss. But I digress. So I don't know about the bye week. I mean, yeah, I thought Penn State would beat Boise State, and I thought Texas would beat Arizona State, even though I give Arizona State a lot. Cam Scatterboo is tons of fun.
Yeah, he is.
He's a fun dude, and I wish he had more eligibility, and I wish he transferred to Alabama. Neither one of those things are happening. But I don't know exactly what happened to Oregon, but number one, I was going to say it's hard to beat a team twice. Georgia's done it this year.
Yeah, but hard to beat a team twice doesn't equate beating them by 1 point in a thrilling game and then being down 34-0 at the half or 34-8.
Whatever. I mean, Oregon just couldn't. Man, it snowballed on them so fast.
They just looked outclassed.
Well,
Why is it every single time Oregon gets to a high-level championship game, they are completely outmanned on the line of scrimmage? They just cannot seem to address that issue.
They really can't, even though they've had guys like Penei Sewell, who is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they've had one or two guys on the line, but they can't as a whole. I don't know. It just – you figure they'd be able to buy an offensive line at this point.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel just couldn't get on track. I mean, I think Evan Stewart was a little bit banged up in that game. I got to listen to it. I didn't get to watch it, and I really kind of quit listening to it because I was coming back from the Peach Bowl. So, it got so out of hand so early.
It looked worse than it sounded.
Yeah, it got out of hand so early. I mean, I was sort of disappointed. And then, of course, I intended to be home in time to watch Georgia, and then the tragedy happens. And certainly that was something else that went on that's just frightening. But how many times I've been on Bourbon Street myself back in the day, not recently, but back in the day. I mean, I've been there for Mardi Gras, I've been there for New Year's, I've been there for Sugar Bowls, I've been there for a lot of reasons, and been right out there where all those people are. I know that area pretty well, and it's just crazy. I'd be lying if I didn't say in the past, I go, well, if it would be so easy for somebody just to do that type of thing. Because there is sort of a laissez-faire attitude sometimes when it comes to security around there. There always has been. I mean, it's the same place you can get a drive-through hurricane,
Well, anytime, anywhere in the United States on any given day, at any moment, there's 1,000 people driving an automobile. It's just,
it's a weapon. You're driving a weapon.
There's a tacit agreement amongst all of us that you're going to obey the rules. And if you don't choose to, you could do nightmarish things.
Well,
and people have and did, and it's
and that's why I'm saying, we keep we could have done all these barriers, and we should have. We should have had. There should be bollards up, obviously, because we do live in a different world. But part of me is also like, we can't just totally live in fear and insulate ourselves in cages and bubble wrap. And part of Bourbon Street. Part of the history and the allure of it is being out there and okay, I'm in probably the most dangerous environment I could be in, yet it all works. It's like an ant bed if you kick it over. Like it looks like everybody's scrambling around, but really they're all working. And now these people aren't working, they're all usually drinking, but I'm just saying part of me is I don't know how many more rules we can pass, how many more laws we can pass to say, how are we going to out crazy? That guy's crazy, or he was crazy. And but anyway, we've said enough. It's just a horrible tragedy. And
there's one less of them. That's all we can say.
That's the only positive about it. One less crazy guy like out there. Unfortunately, he took a lot of people with him. Took 14 people with him. It's just frighteningly sad because it could have been any of us. And I'm going to tell you something. I was out at the Peach Bowl. You could have walking around Atlanta. I mean, it could have been the same thing.
You think about, the inauguration's coming up on the 20th, Super Bowl,
Well, the Super Bowl is in New Orleans. That's the other thing. And that's what they said. They took some of the bollards away, or because they were going to make sure they're ready for the Super Bowl. I'm like, y'all got a pretty big event right here. But, again, I digress. But so, obviously, Georgia and Notre Dame was pushed back. And I know the national narrative has been, to poke fun at the SEC. Y'all aren't as good as you thought. And I'd say, guys, the SEC probably did have a bit of a down year. Now that we have the whole picture, it did have a bit of a down year. Catch us next year. And catch us any of the previous 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the next 15.
But that's what bothers me so much about this national narrative of everything's been leveled now. And, there have been some folks say, well, now it's not just Southern teams paying players. Oh, I'm sure everybody always went to Michigan and Ohio State just for the love of the game, number one, if we're going to go that route, if we're going to have hypotheticals.
Well, I will say this as far as leveling the playing field. I don't know if this has been a direct result. Obviously, there's many different factors. One of them being a head coach not being there. But Alabama and Georgia certainly look like they have come back to the pack as more than the pack has caught up to them.
Agreed.
In as far as a leveling. Now, has NIL had a direct effect on that? I'm sure it has had some effect. Is that the only effect? No.
No, but let me tell you what I think the effect is. It's not so much that teams are buying new players. I think it's more so guys that probably would have left Notre Dame to go pro to get a big check, now can stay at Notre Dame and say, okay, we'll be seniors or redshirt juniors, and we'll get paid a little bit more than we probably would in the pros, which isn't even a guarantee we make a team. We'll get this money for sure. And
and a guy that is one of the best players, if not the best player in the country on the defensive side of the ball, Caleb Downs, just up and says, a coach leaves and you go, I'll leave Alabama.
Yeah.
A guy like that would never have left.
No.
Under any other circumstance.
Well, Ohio State paid him a pretty penny too, which I get. And Ohio State's got a bit of a different attitude about some of it than Alabama does. Alabama's more trying to keep it across the board. You can tell it in the transfer portal. It's like Ole Miss. Ole Miss focuses on the transfer portal. They're going to go out and get, pay a lot of money in the transfer portal. That focus a little less on high school. Different. I'm not saying one of them's right. I'm saying different teams have different attitudes.
Well, what does Ole Miss want? For all the ballyhoo
agreed.
about regular season wins, what have they won?
Nothing. And they, all you had to do was beat Florida this year, or Kentucky, for the love of God.
Now. All right, got to take another break, but we'll return right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Get ready to rev up your fall with Adams Motorsports in Montgomery. This season, experience the thrill of the open road like never before. From sleek motorcycles to powerful ATVs to versatile side-by-sides, we've got everything you need to fuel your passion for adventure. Whether Polaris, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, Adams sells and services the best. Go to where the journey begins. Visit us today or online for more information. From East Alabama's first family of power sports, Adams Motorsports of Montgomery.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway. there's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone, 256-750-0381, or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. About 30 more minutes, or no, only 20 more minutes left in the first hour of tonight's program. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. Let's actually talk about the games. I meant to do that last segment. We didn't get to it. Texas and Ohio State. Ohio State is a 5.5-point favorite in this one. There's clearly Ohio State is playing, at least in the first 2 rounds, is playing the best of any team in the country right now, or, of the teams in the playoff. Texas looked like, they came out of the gate roaring against Arizona State. They've done that before. It seemed like the last several, even toward the end of the season, they would come out, they would look good in the first quarter, and then they would just kind of get into this, lull into this kind of malaise. What can Texas turn it on? Can they play a complete game? Do you expect this to be a very competitive game?
Boy, it just depends on what Ohio State. If you get the Ohio State from the Michigan game or from the Nebraska game, I don't think it'll be very competitive. If you get Ohio State from the last couple of weeks, I don't think it'll be very competitive. I feel like Texas is a little more consistent. Like they haven't really had they to me haven't had a game like Ohio State has had these last 2 weeks. Whereas like they're just clicking on all cylinders, and it's just they were toying with Tennessee towards the end. Now there's 21-10 I think at the half of the Tennessee game, but that was almost like a charity event at that time. But the Oregon thing, Ohio State looked like one of the best teams we've seen, in the last couple of years. So I want it to be fun. I want Quinn Ewers to come out and do well. I would rather I can't believe I'm saying this. I think I'd rather Texas win than Ohio State win. You talk about the lesser of two evils. But then you could probably say the same about Penn State. I have never had a beef with Penn State about anything. So, and I've been up there for a game. I thought it was a pretty fun tailgate. Now, I went up there when Alabama was 11, and Alabama was really good, and Penn State was pretty mediocre. So maybe it was easier for me to stomach it. But I thought it was a pretty good place to go to a game. It's a goat ranch. It's out in the middle of nowhere. But
yeah, I don't know why. Well, outside of the whole,
well, the scandal, yeah. Which I'm not blaming that all on the university. So,
and there's there's a narrative out there that that story was completely, and it was well, I won't even go into it, but
I don't know about.
I don't have anything to Penn State.
But I'll say, I think Texas has a shot. That receiver Golden is great. Isaiah Bond really hadn't taken off for them. Doesn't seem like to me. They've got decent running backs. I wouldn't say they've got like excellent running backs. Their tight end's pretty good. Quinn Ewers, for all the trouble he was having for a little bit in the Arizona State game, in the end, I mean, when they need him, it was 4th and 18 or whatever it was, and he throws a dime for a touchdown. Or otherwise, we're talking about Arizona State playing Ohio State and Dallas, and I don't think that game would be very competitive because Arizona State is very one-dimensional. That dimension is pretty cool. Scatterboo is fun, but I don't think he could hold up against that Ohio State D. It's good. I think Texas will have a decided home field advantage. Will that play a part? I don't know. I think that is the more fun of the two games because when you look at Drew Aller for Penn State and Riley Leonard for Notre Dame, Riley Leonard didn't even throw for 100 yards against Georgia. So
that's 244 total yards.
I mean, and I know they got – see, Georgia, I think that game was lost when Georgia – I don't know if they panicked. I don't know if they were trying to instill some confidence in Gunnar Stockton, but – you know, they were trying to score right before the half, and they drop him back to pass, and it's a strip sack that leads to the game's first touchdown. And then they return the opening kickoff back. Yeah. And so they scored all the points they needed in about a 55-second span. And to me, that doesn't say Notre Dame is clearly the better team. I think and Penn State hadn't played anybody. You know, they got to play SMU, and then they got to play Boise State. And so I'm not sure which I would have. I think the fair thing would be if, like, Ohio State were playing. See, I think Ohio State, Penn State should be playing before the national championship because I think that's the hump Penn State should have to get over to have the right to play because Ohio State is their bugaboo. Then Texas, Notre Dame, I think would be a pretty fun game because neither team seems to be, even though they're winning, neither team seems to be hitting their, like, on all cylinders, and maybe that could be the spark that does it for them. And then we have a better national championship game. What I'm worried about is whoever wins Texas, Ohio State can really handle whoever wins Notre Dame, Penn State.
Okay. I like Marcus Freeman more and more. I know Alabama. He's a good dude. I know Alabama fans there's this animosity towards Notre Dame that seems like from all Alabama people, it is very old. It's older Alabama fans. It is that for sure. I'll give you that. But I'll be perfectly honest with you. I was surprised at how well and how good Notre Dame's defense looked against Georgia.
They look faster.
They did. I mean, that was surprising. Now their offense is. They run up against a good team, they're going to be in trouble.
Georgia doesn't have good receivers. They had a lot of drops. Yeah. And they got a backup quarterback. I mean, but they're not playing anymore. Let me tell you what Georgia did.
People just looked at Georgia and they were like, I don't understand what's wrong with Georgia. I'm like,
there's a lot of
problems. Are you insane?
Let me tell you what
they've got a backup quarterback in there. Anybody that's throwing their backup quarterback out there, you can might as well just say, look, I mean, they're a completely different team.
I tell you what, I know a lot of people have talked about Eric Singleton going to Auburn and talked about Casey Concepcion going to Texas A&M and some of these other guys.
Oh, the dudes from USC.
The Zachariah Branch and his brother Zion Branch, who's a safety, but Zachariah Branch to me might be the most electric player in college football. And if you had told me Alabama can have one dude out of the portal, that's who I would have chosen. Now, because but it probably wasn't going to happen simply because you've already got Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard coming back, and Branch apparently was commanding a pretty high figure. But I think it's a great move for Georgia, who had, their wide receivers just aren't super, and they don't match the talent of the rest of the team. It seems like, and now they got a dude who's a dude. He may be the only one, but they got a dude. He's a dude.
Who's going to be the quarterback in Georgia next year?
I mean, I would assume Gunnar Stockton, right? Jaden Rashada's in the portal.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, and I didn't think he was bad. I mean, he was thrown into a very bad situation.
Yeah, I agree. But
it would have helped him. This is another case for.
He don't look like Carson Beck.
No. It would have helped him to have one of those early round games against an SMU or something. That's what's kind of ironic.
All right, we've got to take another break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hello, this is Little Mo right here with you from DLR Auto Sales. At DLR Us, we have multiple sedans and SUVs. Come see us at 33445 U.S. Highway 280, Childersburg, Alabama, 35044. Call us at 256-267-3257. Let's make a deal, people. Our down payment is based on $500 down. With the approval of credit, we make it happen. We work with you. We got the choice for you, and we make the right deal.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care opens 7 days a week.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, is looking for the next hometown hero. Hometown heroes could be first responders, public service workers, community leaders, pastors, community volunteers, or anyone who is making a difference in your hometown. Submit your nominations now online at myhscu.com. And if your nominee is selected, they will get a $100 Visa cash card and a certificate of appreciation from Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
The new owners of Stillwater's Country Club want to welcome you to play the area's premier course at Stillwater's with our new rate. Now, play for only $35 per 18 during the week and only $40 for the weekends. Stillwater's Golf is ready to give you the area's best golf experience, and many upgrades are coming, including a lighted range and course expansion. Meet the new staff and enjoy $35 per 18 Monday through Friday and $40 on the weekends. All at Stillwater's Country Club in Dadeville.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Just one more segment in the first hour of tonight's show, but never fear, we'll be back with hour number 2. It looks like, I don't know if I've ever seen this before, but the number one team in the country is headed to be beaten by 30, maybe 40 tonight, as Florida's up 60-28 with 7 minutes to play in that game. Wow.
You know, that spread went from like pick 'em to Florida -3 very quickly, and I was like, that seems a little weird. And I was right. It should have been 37.
Yeah, my goodness. So there's that going on tonight. And Georgia up on Kentucky, 66-54. So in that one, those are the two early games in the SEC tonight.
I think a lot of people are going to have to get used to that. Now, look, I've been saying this for a while. I think Auburn's a more complete team than Tennessee, so I probably would have had them number one, even though Auburn's got lost, Tennessee doesn't. I think if Auburn has like one or two guys get cold, they'll have some other guys that can shoot threes. What I saw tonight, Tennessee's got maybe one, maybe two dudes that should be shooting threes, and that's it. Now, at home, it's probably a little different. You know your rims, you know all that. You got the crowd with you. But on the road,
that place has kind of got some voodoo to it.
O'Connell does, or Tennessee,
Florida.
Florida does for sure. But I think that that's going to be sort of the norm for a lot of teams. Now, I think I thought for a minute until tonight that Tennessee may be able to overcome the road problems. I think Auburn can. I also think Alabama can. I was very concerned about Kentucky being able to do it because I've just watched them play. They seem very up and down, like in game. The one thing that
that Kentucky-Florida game, that was like a March game, man. That was one.
They got after it.
That was one of the best games I've seen in a regular season in a while.
And this Florida team's good. There's no doubt about that. But I don't think Florida and Kentucky have the same ceiling as Auburn, Bama, and Tennessee. I just don't think they do. Now, I think they're very good teams, but I think now my opinion on Tennessee may change a little bit, even though I think it's kind of crazy in basketball to let one game decide what you think a team is. But my opinion of Tennessee has definitely dropped a little bit. I don't think – look, if Alabama or Auburn loses by 35 or 40 to somebody, it will shock me.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Look, Auburn's got too much senior leadership, and they've played in too many rough environments. Same for Alabama in terms of rough environments. And they also did not play their best game at all, even close to it, against Oklahoma and put up 107. So, the Oklahoma coach had a very interesting statistic that I didn't even know. He said, everybody says Alabama's live by the three, die by the three. He said, that's great. He said, but the thing is they rebound 41% of their missed three-pointers. So if you do that, then you shoot around and shoot another three.
Yeah.
You miss it, get the rebound, and then end up putting it back. That's where, because I told somebody I was watching the Alabama game on my phone. I was at a party, and it's harder to see the score on your phone, right? And I kept looking down going, how do we have so many points? It looks like we're missing everything. How do we have so many points? But it was like second chance points that just weren't like pretty. I mean, we didn't shoot the ball well, but I think Alabama, Tennessee, Auburn have the highest ceilings in the SEC, and I think Tennessee's way up there. But a lot of these other teams, Mississippi State is more than capable of beating somebody.
Texas A&M's really good.
Alabama's going to Texas A&M this weekend. They're more than capable. They've got going to Ole Miss is not going to be easy. Going to Vandy this year wouldn't be fun. I mean, it's never fun to go to that place. But
Auburn's had nightmares up there this year. Yeah.
But so it's going to be an interesting year in the conference.
No doubt about it. Tonight you got Auburn at Texas. We mentioned that. That's just coming up here at 8 o'clock on ESPN2. Mississippi State at Vandy. Very interesting game to watch the outcome of that one. See how that goes. Missouri's not a bad team. Auburn,
they beat Kansas.
They beat Kansas bad. I don't think Oklahoma's a bad team. Alabama made them look bad. Auburn made Missouri look mediocre. That's not the case. That's just two really good teams take care of business at home. So LSU going to Missouri, I would expect Missouri to bounce back and take care of LSU tonight. We'll see. But Alabama at South Carolina tomorrow night. Ole Miss at Arkansas. Arkansas again. Calipari's there. Not a bad team. They
got hammered by this Tennessee team.
Yes, they did. Got beat by 20 or
4 minutes and 44 seconds left in the game. Florida's up 64-33. You have in this day and age to have 33 points with
eight of 50 shooting.
5 minutes left in the game.
They've made 8 shots.
Ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Only made 8 shots.
Now, the good thing if you're a Tennessee fan is what you can say is
ice cold.
This is just an anomaly.
Yeah,
it's got to be. I mean, it's got to be. I mean, because they haven't done this any other time.
No.
And so I'd be willing, if I were a Tennessee fan, to say this stunk, wad up.
But a game like this could get in your head.
Yeah. Well, it's bad. I mean, now Tennessee is going on a 5-0 run. But they are 2 of 20. They just hit their second three-pointer. They're 2 of 25 from beyond the arc. 9.
Maybe it's time to stop shooting threes.
What did you say? What'd you say on the field goals? 8 of something?
8 of 50, I think.
It's 9 of 51 now.
Wow.
I mean, I guess you're shooting about 18%.
Maybe. Well, you can't stop shooting twos.
So you got to shoot something.
You got to shoot something. shoot layups. My goodness.
Well, they were missing those too.
Try to get to the foul line. I mean,
I'm curious what they are at the foul line. ESPN didn't put the foul line stats up there. I'll look at team stats. But free throws, Tennessee, 15 of 24. So they're not shooting a stellar percentage from there. 15 of their
they got 35 points and 15 of them came from the line.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
That's bananas.
It is crazy. I was not expecting this outcome. And then Texas A&M at Oklahoma is the other one on Wednesday night. We're going to go ahead and take another break, but again, we'll be back with hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live right after these messages.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Located in the heart of Alabama, Lake Martin is a destination of tasty delights.
Lots of butter.
There's no shortage of culinary genius.
Don't tell my secrets.
From mom and pops
Everyone feels like family.
to lakeside dining.
We serve food, but we try to do it with purpose.
Pour it straight in the ear. I'm Trey Foshee.
I'm a chef now.
And I'm going to try them all.
I can do this all day.
Because there's one thing locals around here know. Lake Martin's got bite.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship, it's just that easy. You can shop us here, or you can shop us online, only at Goree's Furniture.
Your expressway to saving.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy Graham and Luke Robinson here with you, taking you up to 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us on this frigid Tuesday evening.
It's kind of fun.
Well, you know, I went to Birmingham yesterday.
Yeah.
Blizzard.
Yeah.
Literally, I was
snowed here.
It did it really?
But nothing stuck.
Well, no, nothing stuck there. But I mean, literally, it was very, very brief. I mean, it snowed. It was flurrying a little bit, kind of all day, but in Birmingham, at least the time I was there, few hours I was there. But at one point in time, I mean, flakes the size of $50. It was a blizzard for like, I'd say 10 minutes. And it was just, I was like, it's a winter wonderland, you know. But I dig snow. I love snow, and I don't mind this weather. I'd rather it be really, really cold or really, really hot.
No, why really hot?
I love summer. I love spring. I love it's lovely.
It's not.
It is.
It's nothing but pollen and sweat.
I don't like it when it's like, I'd rather it be 30 than 50.
I'm with you on that. I'm going to tell you, I know a lot of people won't like what's coming up, and we're supposed to have, sort of very wintry conditions, and in Birmingham it may even snow this week. It may snow in LA City this weekend.
They say it's a 90% chance that it's going to.
And I'm down with it. I'm here for it. I like it. I like it. I'm not going to do like I did last time when I only had like a bunch of old salsa in my refrigerator. I'm going to stock up on some stuff.
You got some? Yeah, go out and get your milk and bread, Luke. So
get some meats to grill or something.
Yeah. Make sure you have some fire.
Yeah.
Of some sort.
Have some gas. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We got something. I wanted to kick off the new year right.
Dead or alive?
I do have alive or dead.
Okay. You just however you say, alive or dead, dead or alive. By the way, Tennessee shooting update. Speaking of things that are dead.
Yeah, let's. Yeah.
Tennessee is 9 of 53 from the field. Now 2 of 27 from behind the arc. That may be the worst percentage with that many shots I've ever seen. 2 of 27, there's 147 left, is 67-35.
Actually, there's 37 seconds left. 69-41. I got an update.
You got okay.
Well, I got a guy on the inside that gives me inside information.
Oh, it's 69-41. Look at that. They've hit a three-pointer. God.
Yeah, that one was again Auburn and Texas at Texas. I mean, you better be careful, Auburn. Texas didn't look good against Texas A&M. Got beat by 20, but
now they got and you
get a home game here.
And if Texas loses this one, you start the season 0-2 in the conference. Like you're already way behind the 8 ball, considering.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But we knew that. Look, out of conference schedules are not all created equal. We understand that. A lot of these teams in the SEC played an easier schedule, and but the records were what they were.
Most teams played. I think most SEC teams played not Alabama, Auburn daunting schedules, but daunting enough.
Yeah. So, but they threw a team or two in there. So this first week kind of separated. You thought, okay, well, this is kind of separating the men from the boys here, and we'll see that more and more as we move forward in the schedule. But my goodness.
70-41.
30 points? That's going to take some getting used to if that's going to be the norm here.
Well, and Georgia's up 13 on Kentucky, too.
Georgia's gotten better. You knew Georgia was going to get better.
Well, they've got a kid named Asa Newell who is he's good, man.
All right. We'll do a little alive or dead to kind of kick off the year in the right way. And then we'll talk about maybe some we'll look at some basketball. We'll see how Auburn's doing as that game begins.
2-0 Texas. It'll change.
Now it's over.
Yeah.
And then we'll maybe talk about some NFL playoffs. So that they're coming up. How about this, Luke? We got football Thursday. This is the advantage of playoff college football. We have football, meaningful football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
That's awesome.
Is there any better time to be?
And you got a lot of good college basketball on Saturday.
Yeah.
Couple of good college basketball games on Sunday, of course. And yeah, I mean it really is one of the best times of the year because basketball hitting its conference games. And the NFL in the playoffs, and of course, now college football also in the playoffs. So, I mean, I'm not disputing that at all.
Number one team goes down by 30.
What was the final?
73-43.
Good Lord.
43 points. That's not good from what I hear. Okay, we'll start out with something easy here. and I'll ease you into this one.
Go ahead, feel free.
Howard Schnellenberger.
He's easy. He's dead.
Howard Schnellenberger.
Dead as a hammer.
He's been gone for a while.
He's been gone a while.
Just a few
years.
Well,
and he played at Alabama, and
he had the recipe for an
coached at Miami, coached at Louisville. Dead.
Dead. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. Sandy Koufax, Hall of Famer. Sandy Koufax, greatest left-hander.
I mean, I got to say he's dead because I've never seen him anywhere.
He's not around very much, but he is alive. He's like just celebrated a birthday. He's like 89.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
Like that. I would have thought he's older than that, too. Okay.
Chuck Knox, former head
Seattle
coach
Seahawks?
of Seattle. Chuck.
Yeah, back when they had, who was their, Zorn was their quarterback.
He was there. He was there.
Steve Largent.
Steve Largent. Who was I used to like the running back. Warner?
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner.
Yeah, he was good.
Very good. Dave Craig.
Dave Craig, yeah. They had. I used to like. I
always liked those silver uniforms. They were cool.
Yeah, I liked the
silver helmets.
I liked them better when they were in the AFC, though.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, it still didn't sit right. I'll tell you the truth. I have a bias against the West Coast team. I typically just don't pull for West Coast teams because it just feels like they're not like in our country, doesn't it? I mean, their time zone's so different.
That's true. Chuck Knox,
he's dead.
He's dead. He's dead.
Yeah,
he's been dead. Mean Joe Green,
dead.
He is alive.
Oh my God,
he is alive, and he is somewhere drinking a Coca-Cola. Hall of Famer Willie McCovey.
I mean, not gonna go dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay,
he's not dead. He's been dead long, but he is dead. Okay. How about let's take a break?
Dead.
Let's do these quickly, and then we'll take a break. Howard Cassidy, your 1955 Heisman winner.
Oh God! Well, if he won the Heisman in '55, let's say he was 21, and doing some quick math. He's dead.
Yeah, of course he's dead. Brooks, Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson. One of the greatest third basemen of all time.
Got to be dead.
Alive and well.
No,
alive.
I dispute the well.
Alive.
How old is he?
He's old. I don't know how old he. Hall of Famer Billy Cannon. For LSU.
Oh, he's dead.
Billy Cannon.
He's definitely dead.
The run
against Ole Miss.
Ole
right?
Miss.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's
dead. Because if he weren't dead, he'd be like the king of Mardi Gras every year.
You would think. Richard Petty, Hall of Famer. Richard Petty.
Now he just died, right?
No, he's alive.
Oh God!
I think unless he died.
Like I'm talking about on the way over here.
Unless he died today. And the Hall of Famer Lee Trevino.
Oh, he's dead.
Lee Trevino's alive and well.
What?
Yes,
he's not even doing any of those senior circuit things.
I couldn't believe it either. Wait, what are you talking about?
Keep going, man.
He can't move.
Forget a break. Keep going. I want to do some more.
He can't.
I hadn't guessed alive yet. I don't think.
He can't move. What are you talking about? Is he not playing a senior circuit?
How old is he?
He's like 106. I don't know.
Is that his?
No,
is that his last score, or is that how old he is?
I don't know. He's old. I'm not sure what his name is. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll do the next half of these. Don't go anywhere. More to come.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
Get ready to rev up your fall with Adams Motorsports in Montgomery. This season, experience the thrill of the open road like never before. From sleek motorcycles to powerful ATVs to versatile side-by-sides, we've got everything you need to fuel your passion for adventure. Whether Polaris, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, Adams sells and services the best. Go to where the journey begins. Visit us today or online for more information. From East Alabama's first family of power sports, Adams Motorsports of Montgomery.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen-printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Auburn and Texas tied at 8 early going here. We are already in the under the 16-minute break, but Auburn up 10-8.
I already have a quarter of the points Tennessee had for the whole game.
Yeah, really. Doing a little Alive or Dead, our most famous segment here on Sports Blitz Live and most requested. Doing pretty good tonight, I must say, Luke.
Well, you got a lot of deads on there. I usually choose deads. It's like heads or tails. Pick one and go with it all the time.
That's true. Okay. Only man to throw a perfect game in the World Series, Don Larson. Don Larson.
I mean, again, these baseball guys get me. I'm going to say dead because I never see him anywhere.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He is dead.
I mean, I'm having rational thoughts behind them.
Okay.
I mean, like I'm
very
using
good.
strategic thinking.
Well, Carl Yastrzemski.
Was he a catcher?
Yes. He was a outfielder for the Red Sox.
Dead.
Alive and fairly well.
Well, you know what? Yastrzemski, with a name like that, he's going to outlive us all.
He might.
Yeah.
Eats a lot of pastrami.
Oh, really?
Yastrzemski. Dwight, speaking of playoff teams in the NFL, famously, Dwight Clark, the catch.
I'm going to say he's alive, but I could use the same line of thinking like I hadn't seen him anywhere, but I feel like it'd be more like people would say, I hate to talk about how great it is posthumously or what. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's alive.
He is dead.
What the heck happened?
I think he had cancer. Or some kind of MS or something. He had some kind of diseases. Larry Holmes. Holmes. Larry Holmes.
I'm pretty
Boxer.
sure he's alive.
He's alive.
Ah!
That was a shock to me.
Yeah, I know.
To be perfectly honest.
Like, I was shocked any boxer's still living.
Yeah, really. Frank Robinson, Hall of Famer. Frank Robinson.
Got to be dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
He is dead.
Yeah.
Okay. John Havlicek. Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Hall of Fame
Again,
Celtic.
I'm using the
John
same line of thinking.
Havlicek.
Dead, because I would think Boston would, roll him out, bring him out, stretcher him out, whatever, at every event.
You would think.
But he's alive. And
He is dead.
Okay, of course I said he's dead.
I know. Marvelous. Marvin Hack.
He's dead.
Marvelous.
And he
Marvin
also,
Hack.
wasn't he an actor too? Didn't he act in some things?
No, he didn't act in anything. But yes, he is dead.
Yeah, yeah.
He just died here recently.
Look, boxers typically are dead.
Or
they don't wear,
and yet
or they
Larry Holmes.
wear backless shorts like Mike Tyson.
And yet Larry Holmes is alive and well. Hall of Famer Whitey Ford. Hall of Famer Whitey Ford.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's been.
I mean, look, nobody named Whitey is still alive. If you're named Whitey, you're dead as a hammer, because that just isn't a good nickname anymore for any reason.
That's probably true.
People only say that in a derogatory way now.
Hey, Whitey. Yeah, that's true. Jerry's Hall of Famer. Can you hit the theme? Can you sense the theme? Jerry Sloan, coach of the Utah Jazz.
I think he's dead.
No way.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, I think I remember his being dead. He coached for the Jazz forever. Good coach.
Very good coach. And a Hall of Famer, Chris Dolman. Speaking of the Minnesota
Vikings.
NFL.
You wouldn't put him on here if he was alive. He's dead.
He is dead.
Yeah, because
he's dead.
He probably died from some complication.
He had brain cancer.
Yeah, okay.
He had brain cancer. Yeah, a lot of dead tonight.
Yeah, a lot of dead. You see, that's how you can get me.
Well, you flipped that coin. You got it right tonight. You picked the dead. But yeah, there you go. Alive or dead. Tonight, Hall of Fame edition.
Hall of Fame.
I
just can't. I don't know anybody who says, "Hey, have you seen Whitey today?" That is super derogatory now.
Still my favorite episode of The Simpsons. Oh no, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Whitey Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Down. He's down.
Was that in the baseball episode?
think, yeah.
When I'll never forget.
I think it's softball when Homer was.
Yeah, I have quit watching The Simpsons just because I couldn't get into it anymore, and plus I'm 52. But I was a staunch Simpsons guy forever, and that's still one of my favorite episodes when Mr. Burns wants to have the good softball team, and Darryl Strawberry is on the team, and he plays Homer's position, and Homer goes, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm Darryl Strawberry." He said, "Well, what position do you play?" He said, "I play outfield." He said, "Well, that's where I play." He said, Homer said, "Are you better than me?" And Darryl Strawberry said, "Well, look, I've never met you, but yes. Yes, I am."
That's true. I'm not sure if this one was that. I can't. He was. They had him for some kind of. It was some kind of day at the nuclear plant or something. They were doing. Maybe it was that episode when they did that, but I can't remember. But all I remember was he got hit. I think he got hit at the plate, and the guy just said, "Daniel, Whitey Ford is Hall of Famer. Whitey Ford is down." Oh, man. What a dark day for baseball. That was just one of the funniest episodes.
The Simpsons when Conan O'Brien was writing for him. That's some of the best television there ever was. I'll go to my grave thinking that.
They were funny. Still to this day, I don't know how they're still doing it, but they're still
rocking, man.
Chunking them out.
Longest running animated series of all time. Now South Park may catch them.
It may do.
Because South Park gives a little bit more on edge.
I mean, The Simpsons has got to be the longest running show of all time now, probably.
I mean, it's
been going for 30 years, hasn't it?
Well, it's longer than that. It started in I want to say the first episode was in '89. It got its beginnings on the Tracy Ullman show back in the day. But
I don't count that. But
it wasn't when it got its own thing in '89. So I mean, again, I'm trying to do quick math. I'm not very good. It's almost 40 years.
Yeah,
coming up on it.
That's crazy.
If they make it to 50 years, that'd be, just crazy. Because the great thing about animated series like that is, like, you can just keep them all the same age. You know, there was nothing worse than when the Brady Bunch brought in that cousin that everybody hated. You know,
Oliver.
Oh God, I wish I didn't even said his name. Now Oliver is more derogatory than Whitey.
He was like a little John Denver.
Oh, I hated that kid.
Yeah, well, everybody did. That's why the show. When you start bringing
The Simpsons did a takeoff on that. Remember when Itchy and Scratchy had to bring Poochie in? And the guy that was the creator of all of them were like, y'all, you writers need to come up with somebody that we can put in this show and make it funny again. Something like, give him a cool name, give him something like Poochie, but don't use Poochie. And like the guy left and he was all mad and all the writers go, all right, is everybody cool with Poochie? They go, yeah, we're
Auburn up 17-8 now on Texas as we are going to take another break here on the Sports Blitz Live program, but we'll be back. Little NFL playoff edition when we come back right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Alex City and west side of the lake. It's time to celebrate because the all-new Lake Martin Pizza is open with the area's best pizza, and it's just down Highway 63 South in our town. Lake Martin Pizza of Highway 63 has a huge outdoor seating area with enclosed heated comfort, a full bar with cold beer, wine, and full spirit selection with family ownership and fun for the whole family. Dine in or pick up. It's just a short drive to our town and is hands down the area's best pizza. Like us on Facebook to see upcoming live entertainment and watch sports on our 360 wraparound TVs. Rejoice! Lake Martin Pizza on Highway 63 is ready for you.
Planting season is here, and the Potting Shed Garden Center is happy to give you professional landscaping advice when it comes to planting your shrubs and trees. Auburn's best kept secret will have it all this fall. Mums, pansies, pumpkins, and much more. All in an array of colors and sizes, along with beautiful pots and containers, indoor plants, and a great selection of other gardening gifts. It's all at the Potting Shed Garden Shop, where natural elements reign supreme. Located on the corner of Moore's Mill and Society Hill Road in Auburn.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, this is Andrew McGreer at Dunning Roofing. At Dunning Roofing, we specialize in high-quality, premium roofs. We don't build roofs that just meet code requirements. We build quality roofs with premium materials that significantly exceed our competitors' warranties. We put money on your roof, not in our pockets. If you're looking for a top-quality roof, call Dunning Roofing today for your free quote at 256-307-7601 or visit us at DunningRoofingAL.com for more information.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Just about 30 more minutes left in tonight's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. NFL playoffs this weekend, beginning actually on Friday or Saturday. Beginning on Saturday. Could be very interesting. You got the number one seeds, the Chiefs, and who would have thought the Detroit Lions, 15-2. They look like the best team in football.
They're awesome
right now.
Wait a minute, are they 15? Who did they lose?
They lost. I think they're 15-2. That's what the record said.
I know.
That's what ESPN told me, but I can't.
Well, I'm trying to think. I thought they were 16-1. Maybe they're 15-2. I guess they are 15-2. I know they lost to somebody early in the year, and then I guess they lost somebody late. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter because they look fantastic.
Yes, they do.
Jameer Gibbs is playing out of his mind. He did awesome against the Vikings. The Vikings aren't a bad team either.
No, the Vikings are 14-3.
Yeah. Maybe did Detroit lose to San Francisco the week before because they set somebody? No, they didn't set anybody.
Didn't they
beat them.
lose to the Rams or somebody like that?
I think they lost to the Rams at home early.
Maybe so.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I was thinking they lost to them like here in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
I don't.
They had to go out to the.
Yeah,
Los
maybe
Angeles.
they did. Maybe they did lose to them out
Or
there.
it was somebody out there. Maybe it was San Francisco. Maybe it was.
I can't remember, but it does. They just look great, and I'm really hoping they may. I mean, I would love to see like a Detroit, Baltimore, or I don't want to see the Chiefs. I think we can all unanimously say.
I want to see the Bills.
Well, because the Chiefs are winning, but they're not. It's not fun to watch.
Bills
them right now.
and the Lions. That's what I want to see.
That would be fun
because
somebody's got to
win it.
That'd be fun. Well, Baltimore is sort of the same way, even though Baltimore won one, in 2000 or something like that.
They won 2. They beat the 49ers.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they did. I forgot about that. Gosh, but I'd like Baltimore to get there because I like watching Lamar Jackson play. And think about the fireworks with that game. I mean, the offensive firepower in that contest. I mean, Zay Flowers and Derrick Henry and Jameer Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown, and both of them have really good, dependable tight ends. Jared Goff's playing great. Lamar Jackson's playing great. That one would be a lot of fun. But so Detroit's. I wonder if this is going to be one of those situations where the off week may hurt them. Because they get this week off, and meanwhile Minnesota. This is how the NFL does. Some people like Danny Cannell love the NFL playoff system, and that's what they want college to do. Well, I think there's something wrong that Minnesota has to travel to L.A. just because they finished second in their division. Yeah, that's wrong to me.
I understand.
I understand where for them it's more mathematical, but the NFL can do that because there are 32 teams, and you can talk. Yeah, one team can have a slightly stronger strength of schedule, but the gap is like this. In college football, the strength of schedule gap's like this, and the conferences aren't even close to equal in college. And the NFL, they're designed to be pretty equal. So,
well, they do it. Whoever's the lowest seed left, that's who the Chiefs and that's who the Lions will play.
I like that, but the problem is, if the lowest seed left is Minnesota, that screws the Lions.
Well, I mean,
you understand what I'm saying?
I do, yeah. But I mean, you got the Commanders and the Bucks. Somebody's going to win that game.
Yeah. But the Bucks, I think, did they beat Detroit earlier this year? They may have. The Bucks aren't bad. They're
not bad.
But the Commanders are a lot of fun. I just don't see a rookie quarterback, taking a team too far. What's the other game in the NFC?
Eagles and the Packers.
That one's fun. I'm pulling for the Eagles. I mean, look, I'd be fine with the Eagles in the Super Bowl too. I mean, they're pretty fun. But it's going to break a lot of hearts if Detroit doesn't make it this year.
Yes,
this is their year.
I would agree. So, okay, let's go down NFC. Rams, Vikings, you like?
I like the Vikings. I just think they're the better team.
Yeah, they are the better team. But the Rams have played well here late.
Especially at home. And I'll tell you, the Rams crowds have been great. I'm shocked.
Yeah. All right, Buccaneers, Commanders.
I think it's at Tampa, right?
It is.
And so I'll lean Tampa. I don't feel great about it because Washington is not bad, but I'll go Tampa.
Washington 12-5 this year.
Yeah, they're pretty fun to watch.
And Eagles, Packers. Packers.
I'm going Eagles, and I think the Packers are probably a year away, but I'm going Eagles.
Okay. I'd love to
see, and that's another thing. How about that division Detroit won?
Really?
You know, 3 of their teams make it in. That's a pretty big deal.
The 3rd seed in that was the Packers at 11-6. I tell you how good that division was. Okay, on the AFC,
Chiefs get to bye.
Texas, the Texans, and the Chargers. The 4-5 seed.
I didn't realize Justin Herbert, I think, has thrown for more passes in his first whatever years than anybody in NFL history. Something nutty like that. I didn't realize that. I'm pulling for the Texans. I really like DeMeco Ryans, of course, a Birmingham guy. I really want them to win. I'm afraid they have fallen off too far, but that's the first playoff game, so there'll be a lot of excitement on that one. I'm going to be pulling for Houston. I'm afraid the Chargers are going to win it, though.
Ravens, Steelers. The Ravens get the home game here. 10-point favorite.
I'm pulling for the Ravens, but man, this is one of those interdivision games. It's going to be ridiculously tough. It's going to be a lot of fun.
But the Steelers have lost, I think, 4 straight.
The Steelers, they screwed it up towards the end, and I'll go with Baltimore, but if Steelers win, I'm happy with that too because I really like Mike Tomlin. It's one of the craziest stats in sports. Steelers have only had 3 coaches of all time. Chuck Noll, I can name them: Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
I mean,
watched all of them.
That's bananas.
Yeah,
I mean, you try to name a bunch of Detroit coaches.
All I remember is Fonts.
Was that Wayne Fonts?
Wayne Fonts, yeah.
Okay, what about the guy they called the Mouse, remember? They had a guy they called the Mouse.
Here lately?
No, back in
long time ago.
Long time ago. And then, and now Dan Campbell. I'm out.
I mean, they've had some that I can't.
Okay.
But they've all been, who cares? Who knows?
And what's the other AFC game?
Bills and Broncos.
That's one that Bills get a gift if you ask me. I mean, Denver's playing better. That ain't the place for a rookie quarterback to go and win.
No, it's going to be tough for sure because it's going to be bitter cold.
Oh, it's going to be. You think it's cold here?
Ooh.
They'd be in the lake over here.
Bo Nix, he's going to be out there.
He's going to be ashy.
Out there in a parka.
Yeah.
But that's going to be rough. All right, we're going to go ahead and take another break. Don't go anywhere. More to come right after these messages.
Thunderbolt Lightfoot at Oscar's Cafe on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, Alabama is looking to see you today. Now, let me tell you, they got great food. They've always had great food all these years. Now, they still got that atmosphere. They still got that service. They still cater. Let me stop right there. 15 to 415 they can handle. So give them a call today at Oscar's, Highway 49 South in Dadeville. 256-825-4827.
The new owners of Stillwater's Country Club want to welcome you to play the area's premier course at Stillwater's with our new rate. Now, play for only $35 per 18 during the week and only $40 for the weekend. Stillwater's Golf is ready to give you the area's best golf experience, and many upgrades are coming, including a lighted range and course expansion. Meet the new staff and enjoy $35 per 18 Monday through Friday and $40 on the weekends. All at Stillwater's Country Club in Dadeville.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious 1-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SEC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
2025 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World. Up to 56% off new 2024 RVs during Camping World's Model Year-End Clearance. Shop clearance pricing on over 24,000 2024 RVs that must go. Take advantage of these Model Year-End prices before they're gone.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Just a couple more segments left in tonight's show. The transfer portal. Alabama, we talked about that at the end of last year. There were a ton of guys going out, but there were no guys coming in. Well, that has changed quite a bit here as of late. Who all is
one of the guys
turned over at Alabama?
Yeah, one of the guys they got in the portal yesterday was a kid named Dre Washington from Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns, a running back. Not a super – I mean, some people were just confused or disappointed thinking, well, there may be better running backs out there, and there may be. In fact, I know there are. The thing is, this is just like a salary cap. You have to say, okay, do we want to go out there and – pay a boatload of money for the best running back out there when you have Jam Miller coming back, Richard Young coming back, you got number 2 running back in the country coming on your squad, you got Daniel Hill and Kevin Riley still there who are highly rated. And you want to get somebody because Justice Haynes did leave. And I'm okay. And Justice Haynes actually rated higher than this guy, which, again, I'm okay with, even though I was toting the water for Justice Haynes all year long, and I finally just realized, okay, maybe it's just not clicking for him. But this kid, Draylon Washington, was hurt last year, but he still was very, very productive when he was on the field. But I think it's more about what can you get for the buck. And I think Alabama got a good depth piece. And as I said on Locked On Bama, I think most Bama fans don't understand, but this is the way I am with it. I'm not looking for him to come in and play very much. I don't want him to. It's sort of like buying trip insurance. I don't want to have to use trip insurance, but if I ever have to use it, I hope I have it. And that's Jam Miller's going to be your number 1. I think Richard Young's your number 2. Right now, I would say this guy's your number 3 just based on collegiate experience. But my guess is my hope is one of the other guys passes him. And I think he'd be fine with that because he wasn't going somewhere to be a superstar. I think he wants to go to a program that'll pay him a little bit and he can maybe get some more exposure and maybe they'll win. Because I do feel like I think it was West Virginia was offering probably more money, but West Virginia's not going to be in the playoff hunt. And so he could have gone somewhere else to be the man or the second man. And, I think that's okay. Now, Alabama got some good news and folks that are coming back. Jaden Roberts decided to come back. Deontay Lawson's coming back. Justin Jefferson's coming back. Keon Sabb is coming back. Damani Jackson's coming back. Tim Keenan's coming back. Those are all big ones that any one of those guys could have left for the portal or for the NFL. Justin Okoronkwo, who I loved, the kid from Germany, I thought he was great. Special teams awesomeness. he's decided to transfer. And my guess is he realized Alabama went and we got the one of the leading tacklers from Colorado at linebacker who was all Big 12, I guess. They're in the Big 12 now, aren't they? I can't remember. Yeah, all Big 12. Alabama got that linebacker to transfer, and they bring back Justin Jefferson and Deontay Lawson, and so he was probably thinking, I don't play so much. But my thought was, you're from Germany. Alabama went and found you. You've been playing special teams and playing a little bit of defense. Just hang tight a minute. But my guess is somebody threw, some pretty good dollars at him.
You can start here.
So throw some pretty good dollars at him, and he's gone. That's just the way it's going to be, and it's going to be that way for everybody. And I think what you'll see, when Auburn's roster now, they're just getting a little better. Next year, I think Auburn's roster will be poached because that's what. When you don't have a lot of great players, people aren't poaching you. When you have good players and you have some depth, people are going to start poaching you. It's the way of the world, and so accept it. I'm not saying I love it. I'm just saying accept it.
Just saying it is a part of life. No,
Yep.
That's for sure. Yeah, Auburn got what's his name? Alexander?
Jeremiah Alexander. Did he commit?
No, he didn't. I'm just saying he was on campus. If you're going to have a pipeline, it looks like Auburn's trying, and they certainly have at this point, to Thompson High School. It went from zero to nothing. Went from nothing to like 4 guys maybe ended up from Thompson on Auburn's roster.
This is no shot at Thompson. I think they're probably the best program in the state. May your pipeline work out better than ours did.
Caleb Harrison already has.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's really good. Anquan Fagans, he looks like, a real deal player that can beat. Now, I don't know about, we got the punter too. I hope he's great, but we'll see.
Yeah, the quarterback from a few years ago. Remember, there was like I think he walked on, but I think you ended up giving him a scholarship, but I don't know if he's still there or not. But I'm thinking back to Thompson guys for Alabama, and they just have it. It's just
he was at Peter Woods, went to Clemson.
Well, Peter Woods went to Clemson.
He's been. Has he?
He's been good. In fact, there was a
billing?
lot of people thinking he and the kid Tamarian Parker, who was from Central Phoenix City, I think. They both went to Alabama, and Auburn didn't really pursue Parker as hard, but Woods, just went to Clemson early, and Parker went with him, and they've both been good. Like as a tandem, they've been really good. Have they been All-Americans? No, but they're up there. And there was rumors that both of them may get in the portal, and of course everybody thought they'd end up at Alabama or Auburn, and they just didn't get in. So. Yeah. And I think this is probably the last year for both of them. They'll probably both go pro after this year.
Yeah. But yeah, the biggest one obviously is Jackson Arnold, the quarterback. We'll see. That's Auburn needs some guys. There's some more guys on the defensive line that they need to shore that up. They got a couple of guys coming in at linebacker, one from LSU, and I forget what the other one, what the defensive lineman was. You may know better than I do. Yes.
Yeah, there was from Texas State or something.
Sam Houston State.
Sam Houston, yeah.
And look, he was very productive there, which is good, and I hope that's. But I don't think you need to come in and be a star. If he could be like a Keyron Crawford from last year and from small school, that I think worked out pretty well. That's what you want right now. You need some backup pieces. You need some warm bodies.
Let me tell you something very we may just go on through this break because it's just to keep talking, and then we can break it up later. But, gosh, now I've threw myself. Oh, I was going to talk about LSU. Garrett Nussmeier's announced he's coming back. Harold Perkins is coming back. Now, they lose their 2 wide receivers who are both very good, but they bring in Berrien Brown and from Kentucky, who I just loved. I think he was underused at Kentucky, and I think he's dynamic. Again, he's sort of Zachariah Branch category for me. And Then they also got Nick Anderson from Oklahoma, who got banged up this year, but he was their leading receiver for the most part. I mean, he's considered to be their best receiver. And you know, they're LSU's opening game, right? They're at Clemson. So it's like the battle of the Death Valleys. Cade Klubnik's coming back. Peter Wood's coming back. Tamarian Parker's coming back. They had 2 freshman receivers, then Antonio Williams, who's a sophomore this year. Clemson's going to have some dudes. They'll be pretty good again. That is like out the gate SEC, ACC. I mean, I know Bama plays Florida State too, but I think that people probably look at Florida. We're going to think more Florida State 2-10, even though they've done a lot of work in the transfer. They just got Squirrel White in the transfer portal from Tennessee. And so they've got some dudes.
Who's that you said?
Squirrel White.
Now, who went where?
Florida State.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Alabama and Auburn really pursued him.
Gus can ruin him now.
That's right. Gus is the not the head coach, the offensive coordinator over at FSU.
He does good. I think Gus will do fine at offensive coordinator. He usually does.
They got a transfer quarterback. If I can't remember exactly who it is, but so you got that game. That's going to be interesting. There are a lot of games. Right, Texas and Ohio State is the second game of the year next year. Texas at Ohio State, by the way. They went to Michigan this year and they go to Ohio State this year.
I think we'll just carry this. Excuse me.
One more.
I think we'll just carry this through, and then we'll just do a double break at the end, if that's okay, in the booth. Just a heads up there. Excuse me. Have a little verklempt here.
You get choked up talking about Alabama, Florida State,
really.
don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You're rubbing off on me. Stop it.
Close this thing out with a little rankum.
You want me to do the ranking?
Happy birthday today, Nicolas Cage.
All right. I like it.
Born on this day, 1964. Raising Arizona. Peggy Sue Got Married. Underrated movie.
That's definitely underrated.
The Rock.
All right.
All right.
Let's be real.
Let's go.
The acting in that movie is very bad. The whole idea of the movie is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like anything to do with Alcatraz is pretty.
Have you been there?
I have not, but I have a shirt from there.
I did. Did I bring it to you?
No.
Okay. I did go to Alcatraz. It was kind of fun. I mean, it's pretty cool to go in there and take the tour and do the whole thing.
Did you get like a Phil Hartman for a? Do you remember? Have you ever seen So I Married an Axe Murderer?
No.
That is a hilarious movie. But they go to Alcatraz and Phil Hartman is the tour guide.
Yeah.
And he's talking. He's very.
Yeah.
Phil Hartman was great.
He had the best voice.
Yeah.
Unlike you right now.
Unlike me right now. How about Con Air?
Again, that was.
I love that movie.
Nick Cage. I don't know if he overacted or underacted. Now,
well, when you got John Malkovich.
John Malkovich did a pretty good job because he was very believable as Cyrus the Virus.
I mean, you had Steve Buscemi. It was an all-star
You
cast.
had Ving Rhames.
You had John Cusack.
And even the female officer is a somebody because I think she was she the love interest of Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall?
Whoa.
That just dawned on me.
She looks just
like her.
She looks just. I don't think it was the same.
Not the three-breasted one.
No, I don't.
Every time you say Total Recall, if you don't think three breasts, that's on you.
Or Sharon Stone.
Yeah.
Look, I don't think it's the same one, but she looks just like her.
By the way, did you know Sharon Stone,
and Ghost Rider? I'm gonna throw that in there.
Ghost Rider's really bad.
It's really not.
That's
Sam Elliott's pretty cool in it.
Yeah, but that's a ruined Marvel movie. I hope they can bring him back. But now Marvel movies are going in this direction of they're bringing in all this interdimensional and time travel and just keep it. Just keep it here.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of the.
I'm sick of the multiverse. I'm sick of the Watcher. I'm sick of all that crap. Let's keep it here.
Yeah.
Let's have some villains around here.
I would agree. Happy birthday today, Kenny Loggins, too.
Oh, God. He's awesome.
He's in the danger zone.
No, but that's not even his best. I'm All Right from Caddyshack.
Of course, yeah.
And then
Meet Me Halfway with Stevie Nicks.
Oh, God. Man, he's done a bunch of good stuff.
I love the one.
All right, they're telling us to get the hell out of here.
We got to go. All right, thank you so much for being with us tonight. It's been fun. He is Luke. I'm Andy. We're back. We got to do that. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
At Russell Medical, we're proud of our exceptional nurses, like Nurse Brandy Worthy. Brandy represents the selfless, compassionate clinical leader patients expect and coworkers admire. Brandy was recently honored with the Nightingale Award for Nursing Excellence for her high standards, sound judgment, and caring manner. Her passion for her profession inspires us all.
Being a nurse is not just what you do, it's who you are. I'm proud to be a part of the nursing team at Russell Medical. We are the link between all hospital services, providing you with exceptional, personalized care.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care opens 7 days a week.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Landowners, farmers, and landscapers, it's time to fall back this fall at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor on Highway 280 in Alex City. Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor has the year's best terms on almost all our Mahindra tractors. Now, get up to 84 months of 0% financing on Mahindra 1600 to 4500 series tractors. And package up with all your implement needs. Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor also has 0% financing or up to $1,000 rebates on most 24 Spartan zero-turn mowers. The rates can't fall anymore at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor.
Ivy Creek Healthcare is excited to showcase their newest clinic, Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin, located conveniently near the main entrance to Stillwater's on Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin is an urgent care with walk-ins welcome. Whether you need lab work, x-rays, or immediate care, find comfort here at Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin. Ivy Creek, here when you need us most. 256-827-5379.
As the heat of summer fades and cooler temperatures come calling, we look forward to that feeling of fall. It's the perfect time to be outdoors with family and friends and a great time to be alive. Make sure your heart is ready for the season with an appointment at the UAB Heart and Vascular Clinic at Russell Medical. I'm Dr. Kevin Sutherland, and our entire clinic is dedicated to keeping your heart healthy. We're right here in your own community and backed by the knowledge and expertise of UAB Medicine. Make an appointment today by calling 256-234-2644 or visit uabmedicine.org/heartrussell.
Farmers and Merchants Bank of Dadeville is building a foundation of strength and trust in the entire Lake Martin community. With our modern branch in Dadeville and caring, attentive staff, we've established Farmers and Merchants Bank as a reliable friend to your banking needs. Whether it's just a savings or checking account or any commercial, auto, or real estate loan, Farmers has local decision-making to build a relationship with you and your needs. Farmers and Merchants Community Bank. Strength, service, community.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen-printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.